Mm-hmm. Okay, good, good. Fine. So students, as we know, today is our 15th day, and so actually, this is not what I'm going to do because I wanted to continue with the graph descriptions today, but since we are having only two students, I feel it's better if we can do something else because other days normally we have 8 or 9 students generally. But since we have only two today, I had to change my plan. So we will do something simple today because I want others also there to start with graph descriptions today. Okay, so then I'm not focusing on graph descriptions. We will do another simple lesson by using an hour. And because I can't cancel today's session, but from next day onwards, this will not happen. They will just start it at 7:30 for sure. Today, I don't know. I think they had a kind of issue with the link. Okay, fine. So when we move to our warm-up task today, uh, yes, so I feel like it's better if we can do the warm-up task. Okay, yeah, let's do the warm-up task. You better send me the questions to the chat box. Okay, yes, are you ready? Are you all ready, students? Ready there? Are you all ready to start the session? Yes, you are ready. Okay, nice. Okay, then let's start. Okay, so this is thing. What advice did you get that was the most rewarding? Okay, so what is the most rewarding advice that you have ever received in your life, students? You should know the meaning of the term rewarding. So, what do you mean by rewarding? Okay, yes. What is the meaning of the term rewarding, students? Rewarding, that means that's about the most satisfying, okay, or the most fulfilling advice that you have received in your life. Okay, so what is that advice? Have you ever received an advice like that? Most rewarding in the sense we can say valuable advice, that's also fine. Yes, valuable advice that you received in your life. No valuable advices. Kavya. Yes. No valuable advices. All advices are invaluable. Is that so? Okay. Next one is like, let's see. Where is the worst place that you could get stuck? Okay. So, do you have a worst place like that? Where is the worst place that you could get stuck? Stuck, that's about Navatina, right? Okay. So, where is the worst place that you get stuck? Do you have a place like that? No, I don't have a place like that though. Kavya. So Kavya is my only student today, then Kavya can answer. Yes, Kavya is also very silent, Kavya. Okay, then we'll see. Okay, what are your three favorite foods? Okay, tell me the answer to this question then. What are your three favorite foods? Hmm, what are your three favorite foods? Yes, nothing. Okay, quickly tell me the answer. What are your three favorite foods? Pizza, cake, rice, and curry. Okay, well done. Excellent. Okay, so then I feel like, so now let's move on to our task today. So this is the warm-up task that I wanted to do with you, but yes, but initially we had to change our plan because of the less attendance of the students, no? Okay, I think most of them have already left the session, no? Okay, fine. So this is one of the lessons that we missed students. So like Kavya, okay. So then today we will be starting with relative clauses, and this is the outline today. So icebreak activity we already completed. Then we are moving on to relative clauses. If the time permits, we can start off with like passive voice as well. And the other one is we have some exercises to do, and listening task is also there, speaking one also there. Okay, so that's what we are going to do today. And so this is already completed. Okay, so I'm not going to touch it again because we did it. Okay, so when we move on to relative clauses, so like how to use relative clauses and what do you mean by relative clauses, students? Yes, we have Kavya and Netmini there. Have you ever used relative clauses when you are speaking about something? Okay, have you ever used relative clauses? Relative clauses use කරලා තියෙනවද? Yes. Hmm. Yeah. Yes, Kavya. And Nitmini, drop me messages. Have you ever used relative clauses? Or you feel very confused when using relative clauses? Okay. Confusing. Okay, fine. So confusing, and because of that matter, like that factor, you don't use it. Okay, fine. So today we are going to learn how to use these relative clauses properly and correctly. Okay. So now you can see this meme. Okay, so just focus on this meme now. What is written there? There's always one who ruins the family photo. Okay, so what is the relative clause used here? Yeah, quickly tell me. Is that always, or one, or who, or ruins, or what is the relative clause? Yes, type your answer and send me quickly. What is the relative clause? Try to understand it and send me. Yes. What is the relative clause used here? Yes, very good. So that is who, no? Yes, who is the relative clause used here? There's always one who ruins the family photo. So this person is the cat, who ruins this family photo. Okay, because he is yawning there. He or she, we don't know. But since the cat is yawning, so others feel like there's always one who ruins the family photo. So who is a relative clause used in this meme? Okay. So then, look at the sentences given here. Okay. First one is A. This is the hospital where I was born. So now you can understand it is not all about who. So we can use the term where as also a relative clause. Okay. This is the hospital where I was born. Okay, so that means where was I born? That is in the hospital. But the relative clause tells us more about hospital. Okay, so this relative clause tells us more about hospital නේ. ඒ hospital එක ගැන තමයි කියන්නේ නේ. This is the hospital where I was born. When we translate it to Sinhala, that is about මේ තමයි hospital එක මම ඉපදුන. Okay, so then that is about you tell more details about the hospital where you were born. Okay, so look at the other one. The doctor who treated me was very kind. So that is about the doctor. Who treated me? Who treated me? That is the doctor. So this relative clause adds details about the doctor. So it adds details about the doctor. ඒකේ අපිට කියන්නේ doctor ගැන details ටිකක්, right? You say it like the doctor who treated me. මට treat කරපු doctor, he was very kind. එයා හරිම හොඳයි කියන එක. So here, so now I hope you understood how these relative clauses are coming in the sentence. So generally, we can see them in the middle of the sentence. Okay. So who, what. So all of these clauses are coming in the middle part of the sentence. Is that clear, students? You understood? Is that clear? Hmm. Clear or not? Quickly tell me. Yes, it's clear. Nice. Okay, then analyze the memes and identify what the relative clause describes. Okay, so let's do that as well. My girlfriend, who I upset, is so important to me. Again, the term who is used there. My girlfriend, who I upset, is so important to me. Okay, what do you call a boomerang which doesn't come back? So that is about boomerang, which is used there. Okay, so now we have to figure it out. That is, how do we use who and how do we use which? Okay, then let's see the third one. Let's check what you know about humans. How do people call someone that speaks two languages? Okay, so here the relative pronoun is that. Okay, and the fourth one, and good, and how do they call someone that speaks three languages? Again, we have the term that they are. So now you can understand relative clause and relative pronouns. So they include various kind of like who, which, that, and when, where. So those kind of words can be used as relative pronouns. Okay, so now today we are going to learn how to connect them with the sentences. Okay, one thing is like here we have how do people call someone that speaks two languages? So if someone speaks two languages, we call them as bilingual. Okay, if someone speaks three languages, we call them as multilingual. Sorry, like we call them as trilingual. Okay, and more than three languages, we call them as multilingual. Okay, so but if it is a kind of like only one language, they can only teach like read and write using one language. What do we call them, students? Two languages means bilingual, three means trilingual, more than three means multilingual. So if that is only one language, what do we call them? That is monolingual. Okay, so what kind of a speaker are you, Kavya and Netmini? Are you generally bilinguals, right? Bilinguals or trilinguals? How many languages that you can speak? How many languages that you feel confident in speaking and writing? Two the. Okay, then that means you are a bilingual speaker. Okay, bilingual means you know two languages, Sinhala and English. Okay, bilingual then. Oh, monolingual. Don't say monolingual. So now you are like writing the answers in English and now you are talking to me in English sometimes. So then you read English text. So then you can just tell bilingual there. Okay. So this is how we have to understand how these relative clauses are used in the sentences. Okay. So now the other part is, now this is something very important to students because relative clauses can be divided mainly into two types. Okay, අපිට කොටස් දෙකකට කඩලා relative clauses ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, so I know that this lesson is somewhat harder, but I am making it very easy for you to understand. Okay, so one thing is some relative clauses they add extra information. Okay, so the first one is some relative clauses they add only extra information. ඒ වගේ කරන්නේ අමතර දේවල් ලියන එක. Add extra information about the topic. Second one is they includes essential information. Okay, so now you should understand the difference between these two. Adding extra information and includes essential information. Essential means that's about ඕනම details ටික. අත්‍යවශ්‍යම details ටික. Extra information means අමතර information. අමතර තොරතුරු. Okay, so generally like no, I mean that is a kind of something that you can see here as well. Sometimes we use relative clauses to add extra information. සමහර වෙලාවට අපි relative clauses use කරන්නේ අමතර දේවල් ගැන add කරන්න. සමහර වෙලාවට ඕනම දෙයක් ගැන add කරන්න. Okay, so now look at this A. This is the book that I borrowed from the library. Okay, so then we have used the term that they are. That is the relative pronoun. I will teach you how to use them, but now just remember you have to understand what are extra information and what are essential information. Okay, so essential in the sense ඕනම details ටික, extra in the sense that's about ඕනෙම නැහැ, that's අමතර details. Okay, so this is the book that I borrowed from the library. Is that like, I mean, does that add extra information or does it include essential information? First one or second one? Adding extra information the include essential information the. When you analyze a sentence A, what can you write? First one the second one. එකද දෙකද? Okay. Kavya saying that is second one. Okay. How about Nitmini's answer? Very good, Kavya. Thank you for your answer. Yes. Okay, second one. Yes, very good. So you are correct. That means students. So here that adds essential information. If you want to write, please write now. So the second one, that is about adding essential information. So that here also we can see this is the book that I borrowed from the library. මේ පොත තමයි මම library එකෙන් borrow කරගත්තේ. So the part cannot be changed නේද? අපිට මේ part එක ඕනේ නැහැ කියලා change කරන්නවත් අයින් කරන්නවත් බෑ because this includes essential information. But look at B. Paris, which is the capital of France, is very beautiful. Okay, how about it? Does it include essential information or extra information? Paris, which is the capital of France, is very beautiful. Okay, now you understood, right? Well done. So that is about that adds extra information. Okay, එකෙන් අපි කරන්නේ extra information add කරන එක. Because we can change this, right? ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට මේ මුළු part එකම change කරන්න පුළුවන්, අයින් කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. Okay, so especially if we feel like the part cannot be changed without changing the main meaning, that means that is essential information. පොත ගැන තියෙන්නේ essential information එකක්. අමතර information නෙවෙයි. ඒ වුණාට Paris ගැන තියෙන්නේ that is about extra details. Okay, see also, yes, very good. That is also extra information. Okay, so you understood. Well done. So my brother who lives in London is a doctor. So brother ඊට පස්සේ කියනවා ලන්ඩන් වල ඉන්නවා කියලා ඩොක්ටර් කෙනෙක් කියලාත් කියනවා. So that is all about extra information about the topic or the person. The patient who arrived late had fever. Okay, what is it? Essential or extra? The patient who arrived late had a fever. Essential or extra? Try to figure it out. Try to understand it correctly. Now you can do this for sure. Okay? Yes, that is also, we can just put into the second category, that is essential information. It also includes essential information because that is all about the patient. Okay, so the patient who arrived late had the fever. එයාට උණක් තිබුණා. Okay, so now you know that most of the times we add the relative clause in the middle of the sentence. Okay, middle එකට ඉස්සරහින් දාන්නේ නැහැ. ඊළඟට තමයි there are two main methods of adding, or there are two main methods of writing. One is about adding extra information. Another one is about we use relative pronouns to add essential information, just like how we wrote here. Okay, are you very clear about essential and extra information now? If I give you some tasks, will you be able to understand them? Will you be able to do that? Okay, pull on then. Yes, well done. Good, huh? Okay, so students, one thing to remember, in English we say defining relative clauses if they add necessary information. Okay, necessary information means that's about essential information. That is another term that we can use for essential information. Okay, so non-defining in the sense that's about extra information or additional details. Okay, so the better terms are defining and non-defining. But if it is somewhat harder for you to remember, you can just memorize it as some adds extra information and some adds essential information. That's also fine. But I don't care about the method that you used to remember, but I want you to remember how it is divided. Okay. Yeah, it is clear to both of you. Very nice. Good, huh? Okay. Then, now I am giving you 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes, you have to understand what includes essential information and what includes extra information. Okay, quickly write. There are 8 sentences there. Okay, now you know, like I haven't taught you how to write relative clauses yet. I will be teaching it after this. But first you have to understand what are what relative clauses or the sentences giving extra information and what give us or what includes addition essential information. Quickly write. Okay, you write essential information or like extra info and essential info. Write it like that. Yes, only 3 minutes will be given. Quickly do that. Okay. After completing the task, please send me an emoji. Okay, yes. This is not going to be something very difficult. Okay, this is really easy. You need to understand like extra information or essential information. Okay. Kavya and Nitmini, have you done the task? Done the task? Okay, or still doing? Yes, Kavya, still doing. Okay, Kavya completed the task. How about Nitmini? Are you still doing or have you also completed the task? Completed. Today I'm having a kind of like I mean I'm suffering from a bacterial throat infection. Very sorry because if you see some like I don't know you understood it or not. I mean that the difference in my voice. Okay, so like I am having a kind of disease and that's about a bacterial throat infection. So generally sometimes like the voice changes. Okay, I feel like today also somewhat. Yes, but I'm on meds. Okay, fine. My brother who lives in Canada is coming to visit us. So what's that? Extra or essential? Okay, yes, that's about extra. Okay, then the book that I borrowed from the library was very interesting. What is that? Yes, that is essential. Okay, then the doctor who treated me was very kind. The same thing, neither that is essential. Paris, which is the capital of France. So most of the times when you see commas in the middle, so then like you have to understand it provides some extra details. Okay. The students who arrive late, so no commas there and it directly addresses the students. So then that is something related to essential information. Okay. Other one, my grandmother, whose recipes are famous, loves to cook. What is that, students? Essential or extra? If there are a lot of details about the topic, then we have to understand that gives extra information. So here we have grandmother, then grandmother's recipes, and then like she loves to cook as well. Okay, so then extra information. Okay, this is the restaurant where we had dinner last night. So that is essential information. Other one is the laptop which I bought last year is still working well. Okay, yes, essential or extra? Hmm, extra. Okay, why do you say extra there? Yes, how do you understand it as extra? The laptop which I bought last year is still working. Yes, Yeah, just tell me the reason why you put it like extra. No reason there, but we felt like it is extra and it had some extra information. Yes, 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 you are correct. Okay, I wanted to make you somewhat confused. Yes, so now as I told you earlier, this is about if we have commas in the middle a lot and if it says a lot of things about the particular subject, then we can understand it adds unnecessary information or extra information. Okay, so these are the answers. Like how many marks you got here? How many marks you received out of 8? Kavya and Nedmini, how many marks are there? All answers correct? You got all correct or like yes? All correct. Well done. How about Nitmini? Nitmini, have you also got all correct? Okay, fine. Good. Okay, then the other one is, so now I'm teaching you how to use relative pronouns. Okay, so this is one of the most important part. Okay, one of the most important parts that we are going to do because now we started today's class with relative clauses. Okay, and then we understood this is how we have to use relative clauses. And then you understood there are two main types of like clauses. Some adds information and some includes essential information. Okay, some add extra information. So we completed the task. Now you have to learn how to use these relative pronouns one by one. Okay, so let's do that task now. Okay, so these are the relative clauses that we can use normally. So this is not something very difficult. This is really easy. But listen to me well. If you have any doubt, then ask. Okay? So, who, which, that, whose, where, whom. I'm going to teach you how to use these clauses. Okay? How to use these relative pronouns. Then, who especially can be used with people students. So, ඔගොල්ලෝ එක දන්නවනේ. Who කියන එක ගොඩාක් වෙලාවට use වෙන්නේ මිනිස්සුන්ට. The teacher who taught me, the doctor who gave me medicine, something like that. So here, the teacher who taught me was very kind. Okay, so that is about you talk about the teacher like who taught you. Okay, so there you can use who in the middle. The teacher who taught me was very kind. You can write like I have a friend. I have a friend who speaks 5 languages. Okay, I have a friend who speaks 5 languages. මට ඉන්නවා යාළුවෙක් languages 5ක් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. I have a friend who speaks 5 languages. So look, this is how we have to write who in the middle. If it is something related to people, so we have to use who there. Okay. Other one is which. So which can be used with things and animals. Okay, that is inanimate things. නේද? Things කියන්නේ non-living things වලට use කරන්න පුළුවන්. The car which is parked outside is ours. Okay, outside එකේ park කරලා තියෙන car එක අපේ. Okay, yes. If not, animals වලට ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Then you can write the dog which has blue eyes. Blue eyes තියෙන dog. Okay, you can just write I saw. අපි I කියන එක use කළා නැති නිසා දාමු. I saw a dog. Then you can write which has blue eyes. Okay, which had blue eyes. I saw a dog which had blue eyes. Okay, that is about නිල් පාට ඇස් තියෙන බල්ලෙක්ව දැක්කා. Okay, so that is about it. So here we are just talking about this animal and we can use which also there. I saw a dog which had blue eyes. Okay, so now when you are using relative pronouns, you need to remember, am I talking about a living thing or am I talking about a non-living thing? Okay, so fine. Then that. So that can be used with people and things, but defining only. Defining in the sense when you are adding, not adding, when you are writing the essential information, then you can use that there with the things. Okay. For example, the film that I watched yesterday was interesting. You can't write the film which I watched yesterday, that's also fine, but the most appropriate one should be the film that I watched yesterday. Okay, because that is used with defining, and that can be especially used with when you are writing something related to essential information. Okay, is that clear, students? Because which is most used with when writing, or when adding other information, extra information. Understood? Is that clear? Okay, it's clear, no? So that please use with when you are writing about essential information. Then whose? Whose කියන්නේ කාගේද කියන එක. Okay, so in remember it in Sinhala as well, then it will be helpful. Whose in the sense කාගේද, or if it is something related to a possession, අයිතියක් ගැන කියනවා නම් ඕනම දෙයක්, we have to use whose there. The girl whose phone lost is crying. That means phone එක නැති වුණු ළමයා අඬනවා. Okay, the girl whose phone lost is crying. මොකද girl ගේ තමයි phone එක. You can't write the girl who phone lost crying. No, the girl whose phone lost is crying. Okay, so we will write another one using whose. If it is something difficult, we can write, this is the boy whose father is a teacher. Okay, so this is the boy whose father is a teacher, or whose father is a businessman. මේ තමයි businessman කෙනෙක්ගේ පුතා. Okay, this is the boy whose father. That is about එයාගේ තාත්තා. So that is something related to අයිතියක් or possession. Okay, if not you can write, I met a woman whose sky is red. So that is about, we are talking about this woman's car. Okay, I met a woman whose sky is red. Okay, that's about, like, you are talking about a woman there. Our topic is woman. Woman කෙනෙක් හම්බුණා. හැබැයි එයාව අපි introduce කරන්නේ red color car එකක් තිබුණ කෙනෙක්. I met a woman whose sky is red. This is the boy whose father is a businessman. Okay, so whatever related to that whose කාගේද, we have to use that. Okay, whose තමයි ලියන්න ඕන. Okay, if it is something related to a possession, අයිතියක් ගැන කියනවා නම්, then where very easy. Where කියන එක only we can use it with the places. This is the hospital where I was born, and this is the hotel that we met first time, or where we met first time. You can write, this is the cafe where, because it is a place name, where we met. Okay, this is the cafe where we met first time. අපි හම්බුනේ මේකේ. Where we met for the first time. Okay, you can write. So we use where there because it is about the cafe. Okay, you can say, I know a country where snow falls uh, every month. Okay, I know a country where snow falls every month. මම රටක් දන්නවා ඒ හැම මාසෙටම snowfall වෙනවා. That's I just wrote that sentence හිම වැටෙනවා. Okay, so there also we use where because it's a kind of place. It's a country. Cafe is also a place. Okay, and the last one is whom, students. Okay, so now you know who means, that is about not කාගේද, කාටද, or කවුද. That idea is there. Okay, the lecturer whom I met was very helpful. That's about මට හම්බුණු lecturer හරිම helpful. Whom I met. Okay, so whom is something actually when you can say the teacher whom I respect most. මම වැඩිපුරම respect කරන teacher තමයි most is Mrs. Gaini. Okay, something. The teacher that I respect most is Mrs. Gaini. මම Miss Gainiට තමයි කැමතිම, Mrs. Gainiට. The teacher who respect the teacher whom I respect most. That's about මම වැඩිපුරම respect කරන teacher. Okay? Yes, if not you can say she's the woman or she's the person whom I called yesterday. Okay, whom I called yesterday. මම ඊයේ කතා කරේ යාට. She's the woman or she's the person whom I called yesterday. You can't write who's there. මොකද who's use කරන්නේ අයිතියක් ගැන තියෙද්දි. So here we don't have අයිතියක් or anything there. We are just talking about the person. Okay, ඒ නිසා we have to use whom. The teacher whom I respect most, she's the person whom I called yesterday. Okay, that's about කවුද කාටද වගේ meaning එකක්. So this is how we have to use relative pronouns when we are talking about the clauses. Okay, are you clear with this, students? Do you have any doubts? Is it still confusing? Doubts තියනවද? Or is that clear? Tell me you two quickly. Okay, nothing there. Okay, it's very clear, Harry. Nice. Then you tell it's clear. We'll do a game. We'll do a game and see how your knowledge is. අපි game එකක් play කරමු. Okay, this is the house my son was born. What's the correct answer? This is the house. So you have to understand what are we talking about. අපි කතා කරන්නේ my son ගැනද house ගැනද? Okay? Yes, very good. That's about house ගැන. So then where? This is the house where my son was born. Okay. House එක ගෙදර place එකක්නේ. I dislike the clown. Clown in the sense that අර ඉන්නේ circus වල red nose දාගෙන. So I dislike the clown. Yes. What's the correct answer? Who's the? Who the? I dislike the clown. Yes. Who the? Okay, yes, correct. Who is the correct answer? I don't like the clown. Who has? That is about එතන අර position එක එක දිගට තියලා නැහැ. But we can understand the better one is who they are. I know a great place to eat. What's the correct answer? I know a great place to eat. මම හොඳ තැනක් දන්නවා කන්න. We can go for lunch. That is about a place. Okay, where? Then Sam knows a man. Yes, now try to understand this. Sam knows a man. Sam දන්නවා මනුස්සයෙක්ව. Brother works for the president. That's about a position නේ. එයාගේ brother කියලා කියන්නේ. එයාගේ අයිතියක් ගැන කියන්නේ. So when we have something related to අයිතියක්, now you know what to use. Okay, well done. That is whose, students. Okay. Then I don't like the table stands in the kitchen. Table එකට කැමති නැහැ kitchen එකේ තියෙන. Okay, what can you write? I don't like the table. Inanimate objects වලට things animals වලට අපි use කරන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මොකද්ද? Which the? හරි. You say which නේ? Yes. Which can be used there. I don't like the table which stands. Last one is the day the concert takes place is Saturday. Concert එක තියෙන්නේ Saturday. The day. What's the correct answer? When the concert takes place. Yes, because it is a date. If it is a date and if it is something related to a time, so then we can use when there. Okay. Yes, so you got 6 out of 6 for this activity. I'm so happy about it. Okay, so now let's move on to the second activity. I hope you can receive the marks here as well. Okay, yeah. Now you should read this alone and tell me the answer. Read it alone and tell me the answer. The latest iPhone comes out in January, costs a lot of money. Is that essential information or extra information? You have to find it first. Okay, very good. That is extra information. Okay, extra information about iPhone. So then what is better to use? Which the, that the? Okay, which? Excellent. Okay, then well done. This is the house. We did the task. We did this thing. We did. Okay. My teacher was running late, shouted at me. What can you write? My teacher was running late, shouted at me. Yes, my teacher. How to write it? Who's the? Who the? Yes. Yeah. Whose? So do we have a position there? Teacher ගැන අයිතියක් තියනවද? Teacher ගැන අයිතියක් තියනවා නම් whose we can use. But we don't have අයිතියක්, right? So then my teacher who was running late. Okay, අයිතියක් නැහැනේ එතන. Sam knows a man. හරි. We did this. Yes, the heavy rain was unusual for July. Soak my cloth. Soak in the sense තෙමනවා. Okay, what's the answer? The heavy rain unusual for July. ජූලි වලට එන්නෙත් නැහැ වැස්ස. මාව තෙමුවා. What's it? Extra information. Okay, so then what's the answer then? Heavy rain එක? Okay, you say which? Yes, correct. Then, like this thing we did. The boy, mother works at the school, started the fire in the classroom. Okay, yeah, what is that? So that is about අයිතියක් නේ? The boy, yeah, what can you write? That is about a possession. Yes, whose? Okay, then the day the concert takes place is, I did it. I am visiting New York. My brother lives early next year. That's about New York and extra information. So what can we use here? I am visiting New York. My brother lives early next year. What's the answer? I am visiting New York. Huh? Which? No, which is incorrect. Where? Okay, because you have to remember no students. Okay, you have to remember like especially which we can't use there. So that is about we will go to like the question again. Okay, which is right? No. Okay, because yeah, I'm visiting New York. That is about New York. So that is a place. I'm visiting New York where my brother lives early next year. Okay, so New York is a place. Country, city, so they all belong to places. Then we have to use where they are. Okay, understood the තේරුණාද? And like now you need to remember the table. මොකක්ද table එකේ තිබුණේ? Things and animals වලට තමයි අපි which use කරන්නේ. That use කරන්නේත් ඒ විදිහට. Can't you remember? මතක නැද්ද? You should remember that නේ. How are you going to forget those things? Our students, Kavya, Nidmini, how are you going to forget those? Hmm? Okay. Yes, look at this. So where for the places, which for things and animals. Okay, things කියන්නේ places වලට නෙවෙයිනේ. Inanimate objects වලට car වෙන්න පුළුවන්, flower vase වෙන්න පුළුවන්, phone, water bottle. So they are like things නේද? ඒ නිසා New York is a place. It is not a thing. Okay? So then we have to use where there. Okay. Did you understand what I said so far? Is that clear? හැමෝටම තේරුණාද? Any doubt? No doubts then. Okay, it is clear. How is it for Nethmini? Nethmini, you also like found it easy and clear? Okay, yes, it's clear. Very nice, huh? So like you search these games on WordWall and you do other exercises. Okay, I have downloaded 2 exercises here. So like you go to Google and after that type WordWall exercises on relative clauses. Okay, so you type this thing and after that they will give you many exercises related to like relative clauses. So look how many exercises are there. So do one by one, select what you like. And if you still feel like, Kane, I can't understand, no, you told me that you understood. But anyway, I feel like it's better if you can do at least 10 games here. Okay, give show more. Okay, and they will provide you more information regarding this. Okay, and start doing them. Okay, so this is nice. So when you come next day, I feel like it's better if you can complete at least 10 word wall exercises related to first. This one don't do because we completed. Start from there. I met a woman. Okay, who, the, which, the. So whatever you feel, or like I taught you the concept now, so you can do these exercises. Okay, so do exercises freely, and then next day I will ask you about your idea related and how you scored and like those things. Okay, so now select only one sentence. Okay, you can select only one. No need to write all the answers there. Select one sentence and write it. Okay, quickly write it. Okay, I have given the very first part. You have to write the other part, other clause. Okay, I know a teacher who you have to write the other part. Select only one and write. Yes, Kavya, Nitmini, quickly write. Select only one sentence and write it. Select only one. Don't choose more than one. It is better if you can do, but I'm going to give you it as a take-home task because today we don't have students and others have already left the session. Because it got some time for like us to just start the session, and I feel like there is a kind of issue with the link. Okay, so that's why I quickly thought to do relative clauses today and to complete it. Okay. Yes, you wrote a sentence. Very nice. What is that? I know a teacher who dances very well. Huh, seriously? That's a nice one. I know a teacher who dances really well. Okay, good, good. Yes, correct. I know a teacher. Don't try to dance. That should be dances because we know teacher is one person. Then please put S there. Okay, well done. Like you also, another one try. Okay, choose another one, try. She has a phone which, okay, anything like that. Or he met a scientist who, yeah. Kavya also try. This was sent by Kavya, though. Yes, this was sent by Kavya. So, Nitmini, please try. Yes, Kavya, you try another one if you like. Okay. Yes. Yes, Nitmini, you finish writing a sentence. Quickly choose one and write. Yes, 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 you can do it for sure. Hmm. Okay. Nedmini is not trying. Yes. Kavya is also writing only one thing and staying near the Kavya. Okay, right, another one. Yes, don't be lazy. You can do because it's not all about one. Okay, yes, you can write more. Yes, Netmini wrote. I saw a bird that it's black and white color. Okay. Netmini, when you are writing, I saw a bird, then you can write, I saw a bird which has black and white color or feathers. Okay. Yes, you can write it like I saw a bird. Okay. You can write which there. Oh, that also fine. I saw a bird that had black and white feathers. Black and white feathers. Feathers can thatu kirali anupulvani. Okay, let me try another one. Okay, you can write I saw a bird that had black and white feathers. Okay, so no need to write as a full sentence here. It's black and white color. That doesn't make sense there when you are writing. So please write it like this. Okay, you need some practice there. Write another one. Okay, Kavya wrote, we went to park where we met for the picnic. Ah, okay, very good. We went to the park where we met for the picnic. Picnic, Kavya, Picnic. That is the spelling for picnic. So make your spellings there, Picnic. Okay, yes. Try again. Yes. Another one, try. I know a teacher who dances very well. අපි ඒක ලියන්න නැහැනේ students. I know a teacher who can dances very well කියලා. Okay, so like අපි ඒක මේ විදිහට ලියන්න බෑ. Okay, so I feel like you have a problem there. You should have two names. I saw a teacher. Okay, then the other one is teacher can dance well. මේක තමයි අපිට ලියන්න ඕන. එතකොට මේ දෙක අපි එක sentence එකක් කරද්දී I saw a teacher who මෙතන teacher dances well. ඔගොල්ලෝ ලියපු sentence එක who dances well. එතකොට අපි මෙතන ලියන්නේ නැහැ who she dances well කියලා. Okay, that is incorrect නේ. I she ඕනේ නැහැ. I saw a teacher who dances well. Okay, so කාව්‍යට මෙතන I saw a bird that had black and white color කියලා ලියන්න පුළුවන්. It's කියලා ආයෙ ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. You understood? It is not necessary. මෙතනත් අපිට she ඕනේ නැහැනේ. I saw a teacher who dances well. අන්න ඒ වගේ. Okay, you should think about two sentences. ඊළඟට එක ලියන්න. හ්ම්. Okay. Yes. හරි. මේ වගේනේ. I have a neighbor. මට neighbor කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. His son is a like a nurse. Okay. මේ තමයි අපේ sentences දෙක. එතකොට අපි ලියන්න පුළුවන් මේ දෙක අපි එකට කරලා ලියද්දී relative clause එකක් දාලා you can write I have a neighbor. මට neighbor කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා whose son. එයාගෙනේ අයිතියක්නේ. Whose son is a nurse. So look how it is written. I have a neighbor whose son is a nurse. මට neighbor කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. එයාගේ son nurse කෙනෙක්. Okay. So that's how we have to write. Okay. Now you try students. Now you can do it for sure. Yes. Hmm. Both of you try another one. දෙනම try කරන්න. Only one, or like only one try. Hmm. Okay, හරිද? Yes. Quickly write. Select one and write. Creatively write. Kavya, like black and the other part is not clear, Kavya. Can you write it again? She has a phone which had black. What is that? She has a phone which had. She has a phone which has. Or anything. Yes. Black cover. The black one. It's not clear. Please rewrite it again. Everyone try. Let me also try. Okay. She has a phone which, or if not, you can just change this as well. She uses a phone which has blue back cover. That's also nice. She uses a phone which has blue back cover. එයා blue color back cover එකක් තියෙන phone එකක් තමයි use කරන්නේ. She uses a phone which has blue back cover. Okay, it's really easy. You just need to practice it. I mean, think about two sentences like she uses a phone. ඊළඟට අපි කතා කරන්න ඕනේ she ගැන නෙවෙයි phone එක ගැන. Okay, so the phone has like a blue back cover there. Okay, so like think about two sentences and think about the sentences that you are going to connect here or combine here and then write it nicely. Okay, Hari, write quickly. Let me need to write and send me one more. Okay. You wrote one. Okay, very good. He met a scientist who is in Colombo. Very good. That is correct. He met a scientist who is in Colombo. Okay, Colombo tamaya inne. Very good. He met a scientist. Scientist කියන්නේ that's about a person. ඒ නිසා අපි who දානවා who is in Colombo. Okay, well done. Now you understood the way of writing, students. Always remember, are you adding extra information or you adding essential information? Okay, and if it is something related to extra information, you have to use commas there. My grandmother, whose recipes are famous, loves to cook. My brother, whose what you can write. My brother, whose clothes are like dirty. What can you write? Dirty වෙලා තියෙන clothes ඔක්කොම doesn't like to swim in the river. Okay, or something. එතකොට අපි brother ගැන තමයි කියන්න ඕන. My brother මෙතන grandmother ගැන කිව්වේ. My grandmother whose recipes are famous. එයාගේ recipes හරිම famous තියෙන recipes ටික loves to cook. එයා උයන්න කැමති. So we are talking about the grandmother here. මෙතන laptop එක ගැන. The laptop which I bought last year is still working well. අර විදිහටම sentence එක හදන්න තියෙන්නේ. You can write the phone like or like anything. Or the teddy bear which I bought last year is still new. Okay, තාමත් අලුත් වගේ. Okay, so that adds extra information. Okay, so now like is that clear, students? Clear the තේරුණාද? Do you have any doubts about anything? You should practice it. Word wall එකේ practice කරන්න, then probably it will be very clear to you. Okay, you understood? Do you have any doubts about relative clauses now? What I taught so far? No doubts, it's clear. Hari. Okay, so now the time is 8:43 and I will wrap up the session by 8:45 today because here you also feel somewhat harder because others are not there. And so we'll do the class on Thursday. Okay, without cancelling the class, I taught you something today by taking an hour because I can't just cancel the lesson today. Okay, so we discussed all about relative clauses and then we'll move on to speaking task as well. Okay, shall we do the speaking task and wrap up this off or what's your idea? Doesn't matter if I take another 10 minutes and do the speaking task. Or are you also tired? Because I'm asking questions from you two and you two are writing. So it's not like other days. The other days we have other students. Okay, you feel tired? Yes. You can tell me. Ah, no. Okay, Hari. Then let's do this part that is about. Okay, quickly mixed up the fine. Not tired. Okay, well done, well done. Okay, yes. Then will you be able to stay till 9:30? 9:30 වෙනකන් ඉන්න පුළුවන් වේද? Yes. What's your idea? Will you be able to stay until 9:30? Or if not, I can give you another option. We can just wrap up the class at 9 as well. But what is better today? 9? 9. Okay, fine, good. Okay, Hari. Yes, quickly do this part then. Okay. Yes, you have to find out the mixed up vocabulary. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Okay. So Pinta, Danny, I don't know how to pronounce. You better go through them first and try to figure it out. Then I will discuss the answers. What is hidden there? What's the hidden word? Okay, take time, take 3 minutes and quickly do that. Yes, then I can discuss the answers with you. Okay, done. Yes, sorry. Then let's see. You have to tell me the answers. A colorful liquid which is used to make pictures with. What is the answer? What do we call? Yes, that's paint. Nice. Then, like a picture made with a pencil. What do we call students? A picture made with a pencil? Very easy, neither. Drawing. Then, a place you go to see art. Okay, where you go? Yes, done. Gallery. Then, painting or drawing of a person, usually only their head and shoulders. Sometimes you say, "Ne, can you remember portrait photo ekak ganna?" Like that you say. So the meaning is portrait. Okay, that is about like a drawing of a person. No, it's a painting like only head and the shoulders. Then a great piece of art, we call it as a masterpiece. Okay, masterpiece in the sense that's about great piece of art. The material a painting is painted on. මොනවගේද අඳින්නේ? Canvas වලනේ. Okay. A special method which an artist may use. What are the things? අපි කොහොමද කියන්නේ? He has lot of techniques කියලානේ. So that's about technique. Technique means the special methods or the tricks that, tricks in the sense upakrama, tricks, tricks, and methods means that's about upakrama. So the artists use. Okay, so these are the correct answers. Nice. So now let's move on to collocation part, idioms and collocations. So we have 5 there. Okay, quickly find out the correct answer. Then I will explain how to use them and the meaning. Yes, quickly do that. Okay, so your answers like don't need to 100% perfect. Don't think about it. You just write what you feel and then I'm teaching you. Okay. After completing, tell me that you completed. Okay, yes, quickly tell me. So I'm so happy that you two are there because if not, we have to cancel the session now. So without canceling, we did the class with you too. That's so grateful for you too because that's so good. Yes, very nice. This is how like you should learn, no? Okay, very good. And we completed one of the most important parts today, that's about relative clauses. But graphs and descriptions we'll do from Thursday. Okay, Hari, let's discuss. So the one is, what can you write? A picture. Okay, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So what do you mean by that, students? You have seen most people like updating status and captions telling that picture is worth 1,000 words, Kiela. So the meaning is picture can explain more than the words ever could. Okay, ඒ කියන්නේ picture එකට පුළුවන් words වලට වඩා දේවල් අපිට කියන්නනේ. So that's about picture can explain more than words ever could. වචනවලට වඩා picture එකට කියන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් වැඩි. That is correct නේ. You also know that. So imagine like instead of describing the sunset, the photo shows everything නේ. හිතන්න ඕගොල්ලන්ට මට කියලා දෙන්න ඕන sunset එක ගැන. ඉර බහින එක ගැන. මම කියනවා students the sky is like so now the sky is orange color and then now again like the blue color also adds there. Okay, and now it looks really nice. And the sky, now we have many colors in the sky, and now we can see the sun like the rays also there. Like that I can tell you a lot of things about sunset. Okay, but if I show you a picture of sunset, so it gives you more details. Okay, so that's what we called as picture can explain more than the words could. So mama කියනවට වඩා, so you try to explain me about a waterfall. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මට waterfall එකක් ගැන කියලා දෙනවා. I haven't seen a waterfall. මම දැකලා නැහැ කියලා හිතන්නේ. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ කියනවා, okay, so listen teacher that it starts from a mountain. කන්දකින් පටන් ගන්නවා. And it's really high. ගොඩක් උසයි. So like it has a lot of sounds also there. And like lot of water there. Like that you say. But I don't understand. So but if you show me a picture, I can understand. This is the waterfall. Okay, so then a picture is worth 1,000 words. That's what we call like that. Then maybe he is nice. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, so don't judge a book by its cover in the sense that's about students. Don't judge anyone. I think you know this. Don't judge anyone. Or like I mean someone or something. Okay, don't judge someone. Okay, I'm writing it something also there. මොනවා හරි දෙයක් හරි කවුරු හරි don't judge someone or something just by their appearance. ඒගොල්ලෝ පේන විදිහෙන් අපිට ඒගොල්ලන්ව පේන විදිහෙන් මනින්න බෑ. That's the meaning of don't judge a book by its cover. Maybe he is nice. එයා හොඳ වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි don't judge a book by its cover. That's about පේන විදිහ නෙවෙයි. Sometimes there is a difference between appearance and reality නේද? ගොඩක් වෙලාවට appearance එකයි reality එකයි. Appearance in the sense what we can see. Reality කියන්නේ what we can't see there. Okay, අපි දකින්න නැති දේවල් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. So then, don't judge a book by its cover. If someone talks to you friendly, if someone asks you about your details in a very like a friendly manner and in a very like sometimes somewhat honest way, then you can't say that person is a very good person because we can't judge a book by its cover. Okay, that's the meaning. Hope you got it. Okay, and the opposite side also same. He looks very serious, but once you talk to him, you will see he is really friendly. Okay, serious වගේ හිටියට කතා කරොත් හරිම friendly. So that is also something. Don't judge a book by its cover. The opposite side also there. Then I'll give him one more chance. මම එක chance එකක් දෙන්නම්. But we have to draw a line somewhere. Okay, so draw a line somewhere means students. That's about setting limits. Okay, setting limits means අපිට limit එකක් තියන්න ඕන. Okay, so for example, like හිතන්න මං හැමදාම ඕගොල්ලන්ට පරක්කු වෙලා ඇවිල්ලා teach කරනවා. ඕගොල්ලෝ මම එනකම් පැයක් විතර බලන් ඉන්නවා. Okay, so then you have to think, okay, so actually we are also working with lot of I mean, we also have lot of works. It is not all about this class. So anyway, we have to draw a line somewhere. Okay, you can tell it like that, ne? We have to draw a line somewhere. අපිට පොඩි line එකක් අඳින්න වෙනවා. Line, it's not like line එකක් අඳින්න වෙනවා. Like we can't just translate these things fully into Sinhala. Okay, ඒවා collocations නිසා එකෙන් කියන්නේ අපිට පොඩි limit එකක් තියාගන්න වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි draw a line somewhere කියන්නේ. Okay, හරියට don't judge a book by its cover. That's about we can't judge anyone by using their appearance. Other one is we have to draw a line somewhere means we have to set limits when dealing with people. මිනිස්සුත් එක්ක deal වෙද්දී අපිට limit තියන්න වෙනවා. අපිට boundaries තියාගන්න වෙනවා නේද? Okay, that's it. You can just tell, okay, so I will try my best to be with those people. මම ඒගොල්ලොත් එක්ක ඉන්න බලන්න. But I feel like I have to draw a line somewhere. Okay, that is මට පොඩි limit එකක් තියාගන්න වෙනවා. Okay, then it's my birthday. අද මගේ birthday එක. So we are going out to paint the town in red. Okay, that's about paint the town. TOWN. Paint the town red කියන්නේ that is about like go out and have fun. Okay, so that's about have fun. අපි ඒ කියන්නේ usually celebrate කරද්දී මොනවා හරි දෙයක් එහෙම නැත්නම් especially celebrating අපි එළියට යනවා නම් මොනවා හරි දෙයක් celebrate කරන්න එහෙම නැත්නම් party එකක් නම් so then we can use this term there. Going out to paint the town red. Okay, you can say tomorrow we are going to paint the town red because that's my like you can say that's my friend's birthday. මගේ friend ගේ birthday එක. So we are going out to paint the town red. Okay, so paint the town red කියන එක තමයි collocation එක. Paint the town red. Here draw a line. Here, don't judge a book by its cover. Make a full sentence, එකම. A picture worth 1,000 words. Okay? Yes. Are you also going to paint the town red today? Are you also going to paint the town red? No, not the. Okay, yes. That's about you are going to enjoy. You are like anything, celebrating or like partying or anything on a party එකකට hari. Anything you can just say, oh my God, I got the results today and I passed the A-level exam. So tomorrow for sure, our family and all of us, so we are going out to paint the town red. That's about we are going to celebrate your A-level result. Okay, yes. Then that is about paint the town red. Then the boss didn't like it, so I'm afraid it's back to the drawing board. Okay, it's back to the drawing board in the sense students. That is about back to the drawing board කියන්නේ start over again. ආයෙත් පටන් ගන්න වෙනවට තමයි like we will get back to the drawing board කියන්නේ. If I tell you students හිතන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ ඔක්කොම answers relative clauses වල වැරදියට ලියලා තිබුණා. Then I can say your students, all your answers are incorrect. So let's get back to the drawing board. That means we will start from the beginning. මුලින්දන් පටන් ගමු. That's it. Let's get back to the drawing board means start over again. Okay, so that is not about I තඳින්න යනවා. That's back to the drawing board in the sense you are going to do it from the beginning or start over again. Okay, hope you understood the collocations used there. Okay, so especially like this is really nice. Drawing a line, draw a line somewhere, paint the town red, back to the drawing board. So you can use them when you are having some daily conversations with your friends also. You can use, ne? Okay. Yes, because they are very nice. Okay, nice idioms and collocations. You can use them at any time. But the words are related to art. ගොඩක් art වලට තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Board, picture, town, book, line. හැබැයි the collocations doesn't give that. The collocations don't give that meaning. The meanings are different. Okay. So passive voice students I'm going to teach next day. ඒත් මම මේකට දාලා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි අපි ඒක next day teach කරමු. Next day ඉගෙන ගමු. Okay, so do you have any doubts about collocations? Doubts තියනවද about collocations? Yes, Kavya, Nitmini. Okay, you two are not silent students, ne? So that's really good. Okay, no doubts there. Okay, so that means you understood everything. Okay, well done. Very nice. And so students, like, yeah, so this is what we completed today. And I will be sending you some exercises related to relative clauses with this PDF. So please do them and we will discuss it in the class. අනිත් තමයි, have you got the printouts of the charts? මම අර ගන්න කිව්ව chart එකේ have you got the printouts and did you complete the first activity? Because this is what this is what I wanted to do today. But the thing is, since we got an issue, I was unable to focus on this because I want everyone to be here to complete this task. Did you get the printouts of this? Make a printouts ගත්තද? Yes, okay, Hari. So then come on Friday and just do as I told you earlier. So do page 4 and 5. Yeah, okay, nice. Both of you got excellent. So we will do it on Thursday and I will explain you how to use these words there. And this is okay. Other things we don't need. The second PDF also I sent, but only this is on this is the most important one. Okay. So I'm not going to discuss the answers today. We will discuss it next day. Chart and graph description. And other one is I want you to do a presentation as well, but I will talk with the coordinator. I will have a chat with them, and after that I will send you the time slots for your individual presentation. Okay. Bye. Stay safe. Good night. Okay. Bye. Good night.